Hi you guys, my name is Chrissy and welcome to my channel, Chrissy's Walk in Beauty. So today, you guys, we are going to be doing Real ID / passport makeup, okay? Because if you are like me, I have made like the dire mistake of like 5 or 6 years ago. Like I did my makeup, like it was cute. It was cute, especially for the time. It was super like ring dramatic. I think I even had some turquoise in there somewhere, child, with a pink lip, okay? At the time, it was popping. But over time, it was like OD, cray, too much. Like it was definitely, I would say, more like going out appropriate, or let me show my makeup skills appropriate, and not people have to identify me appropriate, okay? So I learned that 7-year-long lesson for you guys. So this year, since I had to renew my license, which then meant I had to get a Real ID, and I do plan on getting a passport soon, I decided to create this very neutral but pretty, jazzy, slightly smoky but nothing too crazy look, okay? And you guys, I'm gonna tell you, I literally used this exact look for my Real ID photos. I just like did my hair differently. That was like the only difference. So like this is what it looked like, and I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, the picture came out bomb. Like it came out really bomb. They could have had some better lighting, but I still look bomb, okay? So if you want to look bomb in your Real ID or passport picture, please stay tuned. All right, you guys, so we are gonna just run through a full face of makeup. This has been like my summer routine. Like, so if you guys have not seen my summer routine foundation look, you know, you can go ahead and check that out. And I'm going to just do my face. I already did my brows, but I'm gonna do my face makeup, and I've already primed like everything. So now I'm just gonna do the base so that we can get to the eyeshadow and we can just talk about it. It's gonna be really simple, really easy, and like the perfect Real ID / passport picture you could like do makeup for, okay? So let's get to it. So we are to the eyes. The base of the face is made. So truly, you don't have to really follow my summertime routine. Whatever you feel looks best on you in photos is what I recommend. And yes, so whatever that base is, play with it. Just make sure that when you're looking for a foundation base for photos, that you can see everything shows up, but it's not too much, too crazy, or anything like that, okay? Because I mean, you're gonna keep this picture for maybe 8 years, and I have made the dire mistake of doing super dramatic crazy and stuck with it for a very long time, okay? So I'm gonna go into the Fenty Beauty 7 palette right here, and I'm going to go into this medium brown shade right here, okay? This, I'm taking a generous amount because I am going to cover my entire lid up to my brows with this color, okay? So, and it's a very neutral shade. Even if you're a lighter skin tone, this would barely come up as any kind of smoky eye, but this would also look very, very beautiful on even deeper skin tones that are deeper than mine. I would say that this is a universal look and a universal color that just would flatter any and everyone. And as you can see, all this did was give my eye a little bit of depth, and I'm not really being too strategic There's not a lot of blending going on except for in the edges a little bit. I am doing a buffing circular motion just so I can make sure that it's not just straight harsh line on my eye. So with that being said, I am going to use the same brush in the Fenty 1 palette, and I'm gonna go into this medium brown right here. And you guys, this is like the deepest shade we're gonna do in this look. And I'm only placing this in the outer V area. And taking it just a little bit, because I like my eye to have a bit of a shape to it. And sometimes when you do a more monochromatic look, you can lose the shape of your eye, which, I mean, sometimes, like if you guys have seen the review for last month, that pink monochromatic was really pretty, and because the colors were so vibrant, it didn't matter that I didn't really have a crease that you could see. But when you're doing more of a natural look, like your creases or something to pay attention to, and just, you know, the shape is relatively important, especially if you want something to look like it was well done. And now that I have placed color, I am just buffing this out in more of a broader, rounded motion. All right, you guys, so now I'm going back to the number 7, and I'm going to take the cleaner side of the brush. This is like literally a one brush look that you guys can do, okay? And I'm gonna take it into the shimmer that is identical to the matte color that's down there that we used earlier. And I'm just going to place that all over my lid, starting from the inner corner and just kind of fading that out. Nothing too crazy, but definitely concentrating it on the inner tear duct area and then fanning it out. That's going to create an inner tear duct highlight for you without having to be super strategic about it, okay? So as you can see, this is neutral, but at the same time, it kind of still has a little bit of a smoky feel to it. So, you know, you can get a little glam without being too dramatic, okay? All right, so now that I've gotten pretty much the foundation of my eyeshadow done, I'm going to start dusting off the excess powder on my face. It's not a lot of baking going on because I really haven't had the powder down that long, but just a little will do the job, you guys. And once I'm done with this portion, I'm actually gonna move straight to the face and contour, and you guys will get to see me do that as well. And with what I just did, I literally just took a fluffy brush. That is my Resident dusting fluffy brush. So that's the fluffy brush that I use to just blend my general face. I don't add any extra product to it. I just buff with that. So now I'm gonna go into my Carity palette right here, and I'm gonna start out with my neutral, like bronzing color. So whatever your bronzer is, that's what you wanna go in with first, okay? So you just bronze your face up just a tad, or I guess to your liking. If you bronzed out, then you bronze out, boo. You bronzed out. Cause Lord knows I'm out here bronzing my life away, okay? And the reason why I recommend starting out with bronzing first is because then you get to see what shadows are not deep enough. And you want to be able to see that before you create definite shadows. And if you bronze, you're just warming up your face. You're not really, I mean, you are creating some kind of depth, but you know, it's nothing that you can't like run away from. And now I'm just literally going to tap and get right here in that creased area. And that just deepens it up just a little bit. And I'm gonna take the excess in all those other places to help just deepen those contoured sections so we can get as much detail without over contouring as possible. Because what you don't want is to have crazy lines. And you notice I used a very small brush because I didn't want it to just go everywhere. I wanted it to kind of have it more precise and, you know, have a little bit more precision with it, even though it would look like I was just, you know, blend. I can only do so much blending with a small brush versus a larger brush, like maybe this one, whereas I would definitely cover more space. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And now I'm going to go into one of my favorite blushes, which is by Milani, and it's Bellissimo Bronze. This has a bit of a shimmer to it as well as a like peachy champagne color to it. And I love this because it sets the tone and the base It gives me a very light blush, but it also sets the tone for the highlight. And I'm gonna tell you, highlight to me never looks bad in a photo, okay? It never looks bad in a photo. Too much blush can look bad. Too much contour can look bad. But too much highlight, is there such a thing? Is there such a thing? I do not know. I do not think I live in that universe. So now you guys, I am going back into the Carity, into the highlight, and I'm just going to hit up these areas of highlight concern. And because I've already used the Milani, it just kind of gave it more of a smoother transition and texture to take. And you know, it set a foundation. So I hit all the places that I would like highlighted. And now, all right, you guys, so now I'm gonna take my fluffy powder brush that I never actually add product to, but I use to blend out my base. This creates such a soft look to the look in person. I don't quite think the camera picks it up quite as soft as it makes everything look, but you guys, once I started doing the finishing touch, I haven't stopped doing it because just the finished product is just so nice. It's so blended and it just really does something for me. It takes the harshness of highlight down. It takes the harshness of any lines, any contouring down. It does just wonders. It really does. And I literally hit up my entire face because truthfully at this point, I've already set the base for what the look is going to do. So all this is doing is just overall blending everything together so I can get a overall facial melt, and that's what happens. And I always like doing that after I add the highlight in because something just about the mixture of the foundation and the highlight just makes everything just melt and blend. And yes, it does dim down the highlight a little bit. So like, let's say I wanted that to just pop a little bit more, I would just add in like a little bit there, wherever I want it. But an overall concept of the look, it's just so much better. It truthfully is. So now that I have completed all of that good stuff, we're gonna go back to the eyes, okay? Okay, so first things first, I do understand that there are people who don't particularly care for false lashes or really haven't found the false lash that best fits their face. Me personally, I love what a false lash does to my eyes. I love how it just pops and brings out a look. So, but there's a time and a place for a type of false lash. So when picking out a false lash for your identification photos, you're not gonna wanna get, you know, your 22 milliliter eyelash. That's not necessarily where you wanna go with this. I would recommend a wispy lash. Ardell has very nice wispy lashes. They are very lightweight. They don't do a lot for your eyes, but they do add that mascara but more look to your lashes. And if you are looking for something slightly more elevated than, you know, mascara but a little bit more, I would definitely recommend my favorite lash right now, my very favorite summertime lash right now, which is the Miami Flares by Lily Lashes. I've used these like over and over and over and over again. So these will be the lashes that I'm going to use today. But before I do that, I am going to put on some mascara on my upper and bottom lashes. So then you guys will not only be able to see, I guess, the difference between the two, but you'll also be able to see, I guess, what this look may look like without lashes if you don't have these voluminous, long lashes. I understand that's an opinion, but I think, you know, a beautiful lash can definitely highlight your look. So first things first, I'm going to start out with this Balmatic lash or mascara from LA Girl. This in combination with the Milk Kush lash or mascara is like my favorite combo. It does something for me. I don't necessarily, I'm gonna apply this while I'm talking. I don't necessarily like doing them both on my top lashes because the doubling up definitely becomes a pain to clear up, but I do like the LA Girl on my top lash because it just adds a little bit of without, you know, doing too much. And my lashes are like little baby lashes, which is why I do prefer a false lash. If your lashes are longer than mine and have more volume, then by all means you can go straight to mascara and, you know, be done with the look. But me, no, I will not be doing that today. And I do like going in with this one first. There is strategy about this. This mascara lengthens my lashes. So I like to lengthen them first and then give them volume. I do not like doing them the other way because sometimes after giving them volume, all you're doing is taking on more mascara, and it's not really helpful. And I think this one is kind of trying to dry out a little bit, so I might need to get some more. Guys, so now that I put on the LA Girl mascara, I'm going in with Milk's Push mascara, and I'm just gonna go right over top on top of that. And as you can see, like, this brings so much life to my lash line, it's ridiculous. And the crazy thing about it is I tried using this on its own and it didn't do this level of work. It wasn't until I added the LA Color to it first that it really gave me something worth having on my bottom lash line. Because my bottom lash line has always been a little naked. And so, yeah. And this very well may be a little bit heavier than I normally would do, but it's cool. And if you notice, I got a little bit of mascara under this lash line, but we're gonna fix that, okay? So how I'm gonna go about fixing that, because I am not doing an under eye shadow, because I feel like when you're doing a picture that is going to pretty much last you for years, you want to do something very beautifully neutral. So I'm gonna take this very small blending brush into my face powder, and I'm gonna tap that off, and I'm just gonna go right under the lash line and just clean that up. So even if there was shadow under here, that would clean that up just a little bit, and it definitely does a very nice job for mascara. So, and you do kind of want to let it get a little dry before you do this, because you could end up smearing, but I've done this so many times that I kind of have it gauged for how long it would take in between with these particular mascaras. So you guys, you can see what this look looks like without lashes, because my lashes are little baby lashes. You know, like, it's not that impressive, I would say. So now I'm gonna go in with the Lily lashes in Miami Flare, and we're gonna just add those in and you'll see the difference. All right, guys, so you can see the difference between the two eyes. Like, it is day and night, truthfully. I mean, this side, it looks very clean, but it definitely has a tinge of like glamour and put together, and this one just kind of feels a little naked to me. And that's, you know, my personal opinion. If you're not used to wearing lashes, this may seem like too much, but for me, this is like perfect. It's not too big, it's not overpowering, but at the same time, it made a visible difference, okay? So I'm gonna put on the next one and we will get to the lips. Okay, so before we move on to the lips, I definitely want to point out that I did not use any eyeliner in my waterline or on my lid intentionally. Sometimes, even if, like, you know, you're just doing a plain canvas face with super liners, sometimes it can be just a little too much and a little too trendy, if you will. So, or if you were to use anything in your waterline like white or black, anything outside of a neutral, it can kind of be distracting as well. And the goal is to just look as clean, fresh, and pretty as possible without anything that's too dramatic. And speaking of drama, I look at a look like this and I think one of two things. Either I'm going super neutral or I'm going super bold, okay? So with this, in the idea of it being for an ID photo, my personal preference would be to go for a neutral color. But a bold bright red would not be a bad thing at all. But today, since this is definitely going to be more of a neutral look, I'm going to keep with the theme, but just know that red would work with this too. So for the lips, I am going to use a liquid, am I going to use that? No. I'm going to use a lip liner and a lip gloss. So first things first, I'm going to get a lip liner that is brown, and I'm going to line my lips with them, and then I'm going to fill my lips in with gloss, okay? And just so you guys know, the reason why I choose to use a lip liner instead of just going straight in for the gloss is because the lip liner gives it a look, it gives it a base, and it really creates a put together look. And now I'm gonna go in with the lip gloss. I am using Dollface by LA Color, and it is a very nude neutral color. Definitely go for a nude that is nude on you. I'm just blending it out with my fingers because I want smooth transitions. I don't necessarily want that full on lip liner look, but I definitely want the quality that having a lip liner brings. When it's not blended out, it kind of is giving a whole 90s vibe dated look, whereas when it's blended out, it gives more of a soft glam look, if you know what I'm saying. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna set my face and then I'm gonna do my hair and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so this is the completed look. You guys, first off, I would like to shout out, I'm pretty sure like her tag on IG is Dom the Tastemaker. On YouTube, her channel is called The Tastemaker. Pretty sure her name is Dominique. I would like to shout her out because real talk, she made me feel a similar hairstyle that she did like this. Like I couldn't get it as flat because, you know, I'm having some technical difficulties right now. But this is like the general consensus of the look. So I'm like feeling this. I didn't even think that like this was something that I was gonna be like getting out of this right now, but I'm feeling it, I'm loving it, I'm here for it, okay? I haven't done a swoop on my channel, so you know, I'm feeling it. All right, you guys, so this is what I ideally would recommend for taking your real ID picture or passport picture because everyone knows it is time to leave a country. It's time to travel. We are trying to be about this life. So, you know, when you do so, look cute in your passport, boo, okay? All right, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you got a lot of information from it. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so you know what's going on when I'm coming out with my videos. And you guys, I hope that you're having a wonderful and blessed day. Bye!